first up.
Hey, Brandon, Vinny Bonsignor with the Review Journal. Welcome to Las Vegas. Got a quick question for you. You know this offense like the back of your hand, but for the new teammates that you're about ready to partner up with, is it an offense that is fairly easy to pick up, or is it going to be a learning curve? Do you expect with the Raiders, with Josh and everything that this offense is all about?
Hey Vinny, how you doing? With Josh and everything, I know firsthand that this is not the easiest offense to learn, but once you get it, you can't forget it. It's like riding a bike. So I just talked to Josh, and I'm here to help as much as I can, try to simplify it and explain it, put it on players' terms, because with Josh been coaching for as long as he has, he doesn't have that connection to the players. It's like these guys haven't heard this. So I'm interested to see how it's going to go. I'm very excited to come in and help and do whatever I can to make sure we all on the same page and go out there and see what we can do as a team.
Brandon, Levi Edwards with Raiders.com. Welcome to Las Vegas. I noticed that you are representing a custom-made Frank Pitts jersey. Can you just talk about what it's like to be able to now sign with a team that has such family ties with you?
How you doing, Levi? This is big for me. For those who don't know, last year in New England, I changed my number from 38 to 25 to honor my grandfather. And this season, when I found out when I had an idea that I could possibly end up here, and I talked to my family about it, my grandmother ran to the back, and the first thing she did was like, "Oh, you have to wear this shirt when you go up there and sign your contract." Because, without him and my family support, I wouldn't be here today, even playing football. I was a baseball player my entire life. So to be here and to be part of this organization as he was, this is phenomenal for me. Just the history behind the team and that he's part of the history makes it even more important to me. So I'm excited. I'm glad. And I can't even get the words out. I'm very excited to be in black and silver.
Hey, Brandon, it's Tashawn Reed from The Athletic. I know you answered a question about Josh McDaniels just from a schematic standpoint, but, you've been around here from him for a while. What's he like just, kind of casually off the field, kind of away from the game as a person?
Hey, Tashawn. Josh is a great guy. Like, I love Josh. Josh is a very personal coach. He's a player's coach. He likes to bring the best out of his players, and he likes to challenge his players as well. So just off the field, casually, Josh is just one of the guys. Like, we can hang out, we can talk about whatever. It's more than football to him. Like, he's a very family-oriented guy, and that's how he was raised, and that's the way he coaches. And so I love Josh. Me and Josh, we bump heads a few times, but like I said, it's family. So you bump heads, and then we shake hands and get it back over with, and we're back for the same common goal. But love Josh, loved him as a football player. Love him as a football coach. And just off the field, he's one of the more personable coaches I've had the pleasure of being coached by. I love just going in his office, and you could talk about anything from, the weather to something you saw on CNN an hour ago. Josh is just one of those personal guys.
Hey, Brandon, it's Josh Dubow from Associated Press. Just when you hit free agency, how much of a priority was it to try to get back together with Josh? Were you looking at other spots, or when Josh called and said, "Hey, we want you here," was that just okay? I'm in.
Now, how you doing? Actually, I was just sitting at home. This is not my first go around with free agency. I was just sitting at home, kind of just weighing out the options. And when I did finally talk to Josh, it was kind of one of those situations to where what would be the best situation for me and my family going forward. And this was a very easy choice, it's schematically and on a personal level as well. This is a very familiar face. Familiar face is a lot of coaches on this staff that I've had the pleasure of being coached by in the past, and a few of them more recently. So this has been it's been a hell of a ride. And yeah, when Josh pretty much made his phone call, it was kind of summed it up from where I was going for me.
Brandon, this is Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated. You're extremely versatile. They love to use you. Josh did on third down where he could isolate you on linebackers. Can you just talk about their usage of you and how you became such a weapon in one-on-one against the linebackers.
Hey, Hondo. I can't even say it was just the usage of me. I mean, if you go to Josh's history, I was there with Shane Vereen, Danny Woodhead. I was there when James White became in. I've learned from a lot of players over my time, and it was just one of those situations. He knew what I could do as a player. He's seen me do it before, and it was just a matter of going out and doing it. I appreciate him giving me all those opportunities and, a chance to finally get out there and show what I can do. Because, like I said, without him, I wouldn't be as far as I would on offense, especially. But I appreciate him for everything he's done for me. I appreciate the players before me that helped me carve out to the player I am today. So it's not just Josh, and it wasn't just me. It was a group effort to get to this point.
Hey man, this is Adam Hill from the Review Journal. How you doing today?
How you doing, Adam? Good.
Good, man. So along those same lines, I mean, you've been in some pretty crowded backfields before, and you've kind of carved out that role. So what do you see your role being in this backfield with so much talent back there as well around you and kind of fitting in with them?
I'm expecting the same role and that I had in New England, and that's to help everybody as best as I can. Whether it's on special teams or offense, I'm not looking for a specific role. I'm looking to play football and win some games at the same time. So I don't really have any say of what I play or how much I play. I love the game of football, and I want to get out there and play ball.
Hey, Brandon, this is Jesse Merrick from News 3 out here in Vegas. Just curious, what was the things that you like about the way that you've been used in this offense? Like, what's your favorite part about the scheme that Josh has had you in before?
Hey, Jesse. I would have to say my favorite part is you can't predict what's going on. Now, we could line up in any formation, and it could be anything that could possibly happen. So keep defenses on their toes, keep us on our toes as an offense too, because we don't know what we can possibly get into. So just the fact that you never know what's coming or where it's coming from, that's my favorite part of this offense.
One more, Vinny.
Hey, Brandon. We hear a lot about the Patriots way, and I know you're here with the Raiders, obviously, and you want to make it the Raiders way. But what is it really about the Patriots way? Number one, and number two, can some of that way be brought here to Las Vegas with what you guys are trying to do?
Hey, Vinny. The Patriot way, to sum it up, is just doing things the right way without people having to without people telling you to do it the right way. It's kind of like just do it right when no one's watching. And the whole do your job and everything else, you're not worried about the next guy. You're worried about your assignment. And if they do their assignment, it's like a puzzle piece. If I do my job and you do your job and we put our two pictures together, we make a bigger picture. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, it's not fairly hard. It's fairly easy, and everybody's just going to put their own spin on it. And I'm sure when we get down to the off-season program and OTAs, we're going to have conversations about it as a team and figure out what works best for us and hopefully make some things shake this season.
All right, great. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank y'all.
We'll have rock for you in just a few minutes.
All the reps in the world. I'm just curious about how they talk to you about where you fit in this defense and in special teams, please.
I think they just want me to come in and compete, get better every day, bring intensity and competitiveness to the room.
Hey, Rock, this is Tashawn Reed from The Athletic. I know you had kind of like an interesting path to the league, with your college journey. And obviously, got a big opportunity with the Colts, but what was kind of like your mentality coming into this new opportunity with the Raiders and kind of a new chance to prove yourself in another place?
Just a fresh start, a fresh start, a chance to show my ability, a chance to compete, a chance to play with really, really good players and play for really great coaches. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Hey, Rock, this is Vic from The Athletic. I'm wondering, how would you characterize your development the last few years, and how are you now compared to the player you were coming into the league?
I feel like I've continued to get better. I feel like I've ascended each year and got better. Technique-wise, just become a more polished professional. And I feel like, I continue to get better and continue to become better and more polished at what I do.
Hi, Rock. I was reading up on your background and saw that you're the kind of guy that used to work out on your high school football field with your coach with the headlights on, and you got this background in wrestling. What kind of assets do you take from that background that you still apply to your game today?
Just, the work ethic, nothing is given to me. I just come out and work hard every day. I try to, be the hardest worker in the room because sooner or later it pays off, and you might not see it right now, but sooner or later it'll pay off. And it's paid off for me throughout my career, and hopefully it'll continue to pay off.
Hey, Rock, you got a chance to see get a close up look at the Raiders last year and kind of a playoff game back there in Indianapolis. Is there anything that stood out to you about the Raiders, how they fought in that game to help get themselves to the playoffs?
Yeah, the Raiders, they play hard, man. They play hard for 4 quarters, 60 minutes. I mean, they continue to fight and fight and fight and fight. We're never out of it, The Raiders are never out of it, man. So, I'm looking forward to, playing with those guys.
Rock, I was just wondering how long had this maybe been on your radar? Had it been something you discussed that it was possible that you would be traded, and then how did you kind of find out about it?
No, this was, just yesterday, last minute. I got a call from the GM, Coach GM, letting me know that, a trade had went through and that I was going to be a Las Vegas Raider.
Go ahead, Levi.
Oh, Rock, Levi Edwards from Raiders.com. Just having played the Raiders the past couple of years, and now you are going to be on the practice field competing against them every day. Is there a certain player in particular that you're really looking forward to going up against every day to getting the most out of them and making you a better player?
All of them. I feel like, the Raiders have really, really good wide receivers, good tight ends, good quarterback, good offense, great coaches. So I want to, get out and compete against everybody and learn and get better, competing against everybody.
Hey, Rock, I know you said that it was kind of a surprise, the trade, and it came out about pretty quickly. But once you got the shock out and see Chandler Jones over there on one defensive end, and Max Crosby rushing the passer on the other, how excited did you get about the possibilities of what this defense could be all about?
My first emotions wasn't really shock. It was more excitement, man. I know the kind of culture that's here. I know the kind of players that are here. I'm just looking forward to playing with these guys and winning a lot of games, man.
I guess how have obviously it was a disappointing end of the year for you guys in Indianapolis. How have you kind of processed that, and the fact that maybe there is like unfinished business left there? How do you kind of bring that here and make sure that doesn't happen for you guys again?
I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna come in and compete every day. Work hard, try to get better. And that's all I can do. Just do my part. Come out every day, trying to get better, compete. And, don't take anything for granted, you know what I mean? Just, understand that, like, last year in Indy, we had opportunity to go to playoffs, 2 games, and we lost both of those games. I feel like we kind of became complacent, and we let our foot off the gas, and, we won't do that here in Las Vegas.
Hey, Rock, I know that this has all just happened, so if you don't, I totally understand. But do you know much about this scheme that Coach Graham employs? And if so, what's your take on it?
What I know about Coach Graham is that he's a great coach. Coach Simmons, great coaches. The whole defensive staff, the offensive staff too. It's a lot of really, really great coaches. Really big names, guys who are well respected around the league. So I'm just looking forward to learning from these guys, man. Whatever scheme we're playing, whatever defense we're playing, I'm just looking forward to learning from these guys and continue to get better.
All right, looks like that's it. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.